Legend of the Original Vampire by Fear TCB. Chapter 2. Earth, is it? As Ryosuke was leaving the crater, he used his perception to ascertain if there were any traces of life near him.
52 kilometers northeast, there appears to be a city of sorts. It will take several hours if I just walk there.
Just as Ryosuke was thinking about this, his figure blurred and vanished into thin air. While using a portion of the power granted by his vampire blood in its restricted state, Ryosuke moved at an incredible speed, arriving at the outskirts of the city in only 1 minute. This speed is the equivalent of travelling 3,020 kilometers per hour. Despite how fast he travelled, there was no sonic boom generated after bypassing the sound barrier, or any other reaction for that matter. One can only speculate how he was able to accomplish such a feat. In fact, the many accomplishments throughout his life in the mythic realms always spurred countless speculations and theories to form about him. However, there was only one conclusion that everyone could come to after interacting with Ryosuke for any period of time within the mythic realms. He is a being beyond comprehension. Despite this, Ryosuke appeared rather indifferent by his display of speed as he stood at the edge of the city. In truth, he moved quite slow for his standards and also masked his movement in order to maintain a low profile for now.
If I am going to enjoy my time here, it would be beneficial to gather some information on where exactly I have landed. Nothing appears remotely familiar to anywhere I have visited in the mythic realms. Even the spirit energy here is so diminished that you can hardly tell it's present. Perhaps this place will have some answers for me.
Ryosuke thought to himself as he inspected the city in front of him. After deciding how to proceed, Ryosuke entered the city and began to walk down one of the sidewalks along the road. As he strolled along, he noticed various vehicles driving past him and many humans populating the sidewalks.
It is surprising that there is such technological advancement among humans here. I can't detect any cultivators around either. Usually mortals are doing manual labor and working under cultivators, but that doesn't appear to be the case here. I wonder if this is the outcome of mortals that are left uncontrolled.
Ryosuke pondered as he observed his surroundings. As he was thinking to himself, he detected the gaze of several humans with their eyes on him, many of which were occupied with lust, some with jealousy, and even a few with anger. Upon further inspection, practically every woman could not keep their eyes off him.
Well, that would explain the jealousy and anger I'm sensing from the men.
Ryosuke internalized.
Oh my God, he is absolutely perfect.
I must marry him.
I have never seen such a handsome man in my entire life. I must be with him.
The women could no longer keep their thoughts to themselves as they suddenly exclaimed their desires for the world to know.
It seems I have attracted quite a bit of attention.
Ryosuke internalized as he heard the surrounding remarks. Considering his appearance, especially when compared to the standards of humans, it shouldn't be surprising for people to have this reaction to seeing him. Without anything else, Ryosuke himself has always had peerlessly handsome features, along with a perfectly chiseled body. It should also be noted that as a vampire, Ryosuke has a supernatural attractiveness to him. Then you must consider that cultivators become much more attractive through the expulsion of impurities from their bodies. This occurs naturally as one progresses through the different stages of cultivation. In Ryosuke's case, although his cultivation has returned to nothing, all the impurities which were expelled along his journey are still gone. With all these factors stacked together, you have someone like Ryosuke who was considered without equal in appearance among men and most women within the mythic realms. He was considered the best-looking even among top cultivators, so what else should he have expected when walking among mortals? Since he was already drawing attention from so many people, Ryosuke took advantage of the situation to scan the crowd for anyone who appeared to be knowledgeable. Upon inspection, he found someone who appeared quite educated. Using the power of mind-reading developed from his vampire blood, he quickly got the answers he desired concerning his location.
Earth, is it? I have never heard of such a place. Could it be possible that I have traveled somewhere outside the scope of the mythic realms? I never realized such a thing was possible. This person also knows nothing about cultivators. In that case, this might be the perfect place to spend time and investigate more about my new bloodline.
As Ryosuke was musing about his discoveries, he noticed that the crowd of lustful women and angry men were fast approaching him.
This is problematic. I don't really wish to expose my abilities at the moment, but it seems these people are determined to annoy me.
Ryosuke quickly turned a corner on the street and made his way into an alley before disappearing altogether. By the time the crowd caught up to where he moved, they could no longer locate a single trace of him, as if he had never existed.
Was it that we were dreaming?
All of us daydreaming and seeing the same thing. Give me a break. You must have been dropped on your head when you were little.
How else would you explain that man disappearing into thin air?
This I do not know, but he clearly was here. That much is a fact.
As the crowd debated in bewilderment, Ryosuke emerged out of another alley, which was several kilometers closer to the center of the city.
I will have to employ a disguise for a while to avoid any similar incidents,
Ryosuke decided as he applied his blood manipulation to construct a mask that shrouded his face. Although he has the ability to just shapeshift into something else, Ryosuke decided to keep his original appearance in the end. If he was going to stay on this planet, he did not wish to use a fake appearance to do so.
This mask will probably still attract attention, but hopefully not to the same effect as last time. From that person's memories, the currency on this planet is credits. That is quite the far cry from spirit stones. But nevertheless, I should obtain some of these credits to purchase a place to reside for the time being.
Ryosuke internalized. Currently, Ryosuke could be seen once again walking down the sidewalk with little to no trouble from the surrounding people this time. He is becoming better acquainted with the places within the city, as well as searching for places offering work. Although he could go around using his powers such as mind reading, he refrained from doing so because he isn't in any hurry and is quite liking this strange new planet which appears to be full of human mortals.
There are a lot of job postings, but the money offered in return can be deemed inadequate at best. Surely there is something that offers more. Maybe I should look for an internet cafe to check online.
If Ryosuke never read that person's mind, he would have never known about the internet, this world's currency, or many other things that are completely new to him. After making his way to the nearest internet cafe, he took off his mask and walked to the main counter. The woman behind the counter appeared to be blushing deeply after noticing how handsome Ryosuke looked. After some small talk, she ended up letting him use one of the computers for free as long as he accepted her phone number. Ryosuke agreed, seeing as he didn't even have a phone in the first place, so it wouldn't make a difference for him either way. After sitting down at an unoccupied computer, he opened a web browser to type in Map of Kaijin City. Kaijin is the name of the city he is currently in, so he decided it would be a good idea to know the layout of everything and where different places were located. Ryosuke has a perfect memory which allowed him to memorize the city layout with just a glance. The next thing he searched for was ways to earn money. Tons of results popped up. Some were the same job listings he had previously seen while walking around, while others were jobs requiring specific levels of education with a verified resume. The only remaining options that stood out to him were military and video games.
Given my abilities, the military route might prove profitable if I play it correctly. However, video games sound a bit interesting as well. I never would have imagined something like this would be created, and by mortals no less. According to this page, there is a massive new game releasing soon called Infinity Realms Online. Officially, it will be the world's first fully immersive deep dive VR MMO RPG. It asserts that the players will finally be in the game themselves and experience the gaming world as if it were fully real. It also states that people with various skills in real life, varying from professions to combat abilities, will be able to benefit in the game from their knowledge. Supposedly, there is even a special benefit for people who are in excellent shape, because the game analyzes your real-life body for use as your starter avatar in the game.
Ryosuke internalized after reading more about the upcoming game. Ryosuke could not help but be surprised by what he was reading. The mortals from the mythic realms were mostly forced to focus on hard labor, working under cultivators to make a living. But with no known cultivators in this world, the mortals have prospered. Not only have they established extensive cities, but their degree of technological research is quite astounding.
I would like to try this game out, but I have no money to purchase the gaming helmet, much less the gaming cabin they are advertising. I know that I would be able to earn plenty of credits if I get the game, so I will have to think of a way to earn enough in the meantime to purchase it.
While Ryosuke was considering how he should earn some money, he also formed another idea after reading about Infinity Realms Online, or IRO for short.
Seeing as it mentioned it might be able to analyze the player's physique for potential in-game benefits, I wonder how it would react to cultivation techniques. While I could begin my cultivation, I still need to research which technique I want to use. I don't know if the Eternal Dragon God techniques will be compatible with my vampire blood.
Having received all the information he required at the moment from the computer, Ryosuke left the internet cafe. He desired to explore around the city some more while taking in his new surroundings. After walking for quite some time, he suddenly stopped and stood still after perceiving gunshots occurring several kilometers away.
Oh, how interesting.
End of Chapter 2.